Well, howdy. Howdy. It is I, Ronnie Erroneous Roach, otherwise known as Stephen J. Morris. What are we going to talk about today? What most of us boomers, 17% of the baby boomer generation, worshipped, analyzed, and was. I don't know if anybody danced to his music. Bob Dylan was sent around and. That's a pretty interesting lyrics, man. Anyway, he now's having movies made about him, and I'm going to talk about this Bob Dylan, the rock and roll Bob Dylan. All right, so let's get started. Put this on. This movie is, you cannot, it is literally impossible. It's literally impossible to capture somebody's life in 2 hours. What this is just a little slice of Dylan, what he was known publicly, his fandom. Not the Dylantologist. Hello, A.G. Weberman. This was about a little slice of his life, starting with his Woody Guthrie era. Moving on, he was mislabeled as a protest singer. And he didn't like that label. He wanted the label himself, so he didn't. Does that make sense what I just said? So he would have these news conferences. Remember when rock groups used to have news? Well, in front of the daily press, they have news conferences. So Dylan just made a joke out of it. So did John Lennon of the Beatles. The Rolling Stone was sarcasm. Oh, sarcasm. Oh, right, mate. So, this movie, there's an old expression saying, why let facts get in the way of a good story? Everything in this movie's wrong, factually. But it's a good movie. It's a fictional movie about Bob Dylan. It's not a nonfiction movie. I don't think it was a biopic. I think it was a character study of Dylan. But they got the wrong guy. There's about 40 million people you could have put as better Bob Dylan than this guy. I don't know where he came from. When he talked regularly, he's mumbling. Bob Dylan didn't mumble. I like when Dylan used to say, don't ask me what my music is all about. I don't even know what my music is all about. Oh, fuck you, Bob. You're so full of shit. Joan Baez was right. You are an asshole. So, I'm going to read you today. Let's get rid of this monstrosity here. There. This is from one of his great albums, okay? Make no mistake about that. So, I'm going to read you something. Okay? Are we okay? Page 40 of this book that came out the same time as Blonde on Blonde. There were so many fanatics. It was $3.95. $95. 1966. I wonder how many. 1966. You got recopyrighted. This is the 1971 version. Okay. Now, this is a voice of a generation, people. In a hilarious grave of fruit hides the wee gunfighter, a worn bottle of rooming house juice in the rim of the sheepskin loud Thomas of the nightingales. Bird of youth, Rasputin, the clog, Galileo, the regular guy, Max, the novice chess player, battles inside the souls, being as dead as the legend, but only work for the living. Gestures, victims of assassination and dying, come easy. On the other side of the tombstone, the amateur villain that sleeps with his tongue out and his head inside a gallows case. Nothing makes him so different when he goes unnoticed anyway. Can I ask you something? No, really. This is a serious question. What the fuck is he talking about? What the fuck is wrong with him? It doesn't make any sense. I think he goes to dictionaries and picks out words and then puts them adjacent. People took this seriously. They took this seriously. I remember being in circles, in a circle of hippies, debating his lyrics, smoking weed. Well, what Dylan was meaning to say, he didn't mean anything. At least during his folky Woody Guthrie period, you could understand his words. His Jewish hillbilly nasally voice was a good contribution. But does anybody know what a Rolling Stone is about? Who's it about? You know, it could be about Trump. It has the lyrics to, maybe Bob Dylan had I don't know, maybe he had a crystal ball, or he went through the time machine. I don't know. But that's a good put down song. So let me explain all this crap. This period, well, let's get further back. Let's go back to the beatnik days. They used to have all these abstract poetry lyrics started by Allen Ginsberg, good friend of Dylan, by the way. And it didn't make any sense, but yet it did make sense. It was symbolism. So while they went to the coffee shop and on the little miniature stage, they have a jazz band playing behind them. And you got good jazz music and poetry. So they combined, the beatniks combined the two, music and poetry. Bob Dylan just took simple rock pop. Now, Like a Rolling Stone is not a rock and roll song. It's a pop song. It's like a ballad. It's not the Chuck Berry 12-bar thing. You know. So it was. I think it's one of the best pop songs next to Sonny and Cher. But he didn't want to be a propagandist for bourgeois liberals. I don't blame him. So he says, oh, fuck it, I'm going to be a beatnik. And all of his songs were revenge songs, finger-pointing songs. He's always breaking up with some chick, so he's going to get her back by singing songs. Well, Joe Baez did write a song about him, Rust and Diamonds. But Dylan, anybody who did him wrong, you write a song, just like Joni Mitchell. You know, when she had to put out a new album, the record company exec came and said, "Okay, Joni, get a new boyfriend. We need a new album by next week." So that's all it was. All this abstract poetry shit didn't mean it. Go through this book. Look at this. Unfortunately, my friend, you shall not get the information you seek out of me. My good man, not a fink, none of my relatives and I have been related to Benedict Arnold. None of them have been related to Benedict Arnold. And myself, John Wilkes Booth. You know, he just throws out names. He goes through the encyclopedia, gets out these historical names. There's no. That'd be cool if he did the chemistry of a nuclear bomb, the nuclear equation. So, this new movie, good fantasy, but not really Bob Dylan. The songs don't even sound like him. But I enjoyed it because it was false. It was like a rom-com. Except I have a penis, I don't have a vagina. Alright? Ooh, I said something sexist. Ooh, I'm a terrible person. No. Well, as Dylan would say, it's all over now, baby blue. Ooh. Sounds like Lucille Ball. Ricky, once upon a time, you dressed so fine, threw about my dime. Dang you! I like to lay. Lay on the big brass bed. Yes, it tells his sexual fantasies. Okay. Bye-bye.